People may smile at you, but some talk badly about you when you're not around. It starts when you do one simple thing. Everyone has done this thing, and everyone has faced the consequences. Have you ever noticed that the people who say they care about you most are often the first to criticize you when you change? Or why those who cheered for you turn against you when you start doing well? There's a reason for this, and once you understand it, relationships start to make sense. Friends can become strangers. Family can turn into critics. Coworkers might try to hold you back. This always happens at a specific moment in your life, and it's so predictable you can almost see it coming. The pattern is simple. You change, and they get scared. But it's not just any change, it's a change that shakes up their world, making them feel threatened. So, they try to stop you. What did you do? You stopped playing their game. You stopped pretending to be someone you're not. When you did that, you became a problem. Not because you're harmful, but because you remind them of what they could be if they were brave enough to be real. Think about a time you said no to something you always agreed to before. Remember how some people reacted? That wasn't random. It was the pattern showing itself. We all follow an unspoken agreement. I act the way you expect, you act the way I expect, and we all get along in this pretend world. It's like a big costume party where everyone's wearing a mask but forgot they're pretending. Then you take off your mask. You'd think people would cheer for your honesty, but instead they panic. When you stop pretending and start being yourself, you break the rules. The people who react the strongest are the ones stuck pretending the most. They see you being free, and it's like a mirror showing them they're trapped. They can't handle it. So, what do? They don't look at themselves, that's too hard. Instead, they blame you. They say you've changed, like it's a bad thing. They try to make you feel guilty for being yourself. Imagine a group of people praising a king's fancy clothes, but you point out he's not wearing any. They could admit they were wrong, but it's easier to call you rude or crazy. That's what happens when you stop going along with things that don't feel right, like laughing at bad jokes or agreeing with ideas you don't believe in. Those small acts of honesty shake things up. The people who are okay with themselves don't mind your changes. But those who rely on others' approval feel your honesty like a storm. We're all playing a game of pretend, and most of us don't even realize it. We say things we don't mean, do things we don't want to, and act like someone we're not. It works as long as everyone keeps playing, but when you stop, it threatens everything. If you can be real and still be okay, what's their excuse for staying fake? At first, they might make small comments to pull you back in line. They'll say you've changed or act like you think you're better than them. If that doesn't work, their anger grows. They hate that you're living freely while they feel stuck. Your freedom shows them they don't need their masks, and that scares them. That hatred is a sign you're doing something right. When you were pretending, you were safe and easy to ignore. But now, you're different. You're a wild card, and that changes everything. The universe tests you when you're close to a breakthrough. It's like it's asking, are you sure you want to be yourself? The test comes as rejection or anger from others. Most people give in here because we're wired to want to belong. When people turn against you, it feels like you're being kicked out of the group. Your brain thinks you won't survive. But you can survive without the approval of people who only liked the fake version of you. Their attacks aren't about you, they're about them. When they call you selfish, they're saying they never felt free to choose themselves. When they say you're too much, they're admitting they've made themselves smaller. Their criticism is their story, not yours. Once you realize this, you stop taking it personally. You're just living your truth, and that reminds them they're stuck. When you stop caring about their hate, one of two things happens. They either fight harder to pull you back, or they start to respect you. Some who criticize you might even ask for your advice because they see your strength. But be careful. Don't let their anger make you bitter. If you get defensive or angry, they'll say they were right about you. Stay kind but firm, like water flowing around a rock, not fighting it. The people who hate you for being yourself are teaching you something important. Your worth doesn't come from their opinions. Every relationship you lose because you chose to be real was holding you back anyway. It's like clearing out clothes that don't fit. Your life might feel emptier for a while, but now there's space for people who like the real you. The truly confident people don't waste time hating. They're too busy living their own real lives. When they see you being yourself, they smile because they get it. So, what do you do? First, understand their hate is really fear. Fear they've been living wrong or that they could have been free. This lets you feel compassion without shrinking yourself. Second, keep being yourself. Their attacks mean you're doing something real. If you were still pretending, they wouldn't care. Third, find your people. The ones who are also done pretending will find you, and those connections are worth more than fake friendships. Being hated for being yourself is a kind of success. It means you've escaped a prison most people don't even see. It's lonely and painful at times, but the alternative, living a fake life for others' approval, is worse. When people turn against you for being real, you didn't do anything wrong. You just stopped betraying yourself. You stopped pretending that king's clothes are real. That makes you dangerous to those who need the lie, but it also makes you free. Your freedom inspires others to be brave, too. Being yourself is scary, but it's the key to real love, connection, and a life that's truly yours.